sees your tired hand, it still calls them powerful. In the way that sees your silence and knows it's never emptiness. You are worth a better reality, one where we care for each other, where we build systems around humanity, not profit, where your time means more than a dollar and your soul isn't taxed to survive. You help build this world, even if they never said your name. And you deserve to live in one that finally gives back. This isn't about money, it's about us. And I see you, I believe in you, and I love you, because you've always been part of the ship we're waiting for.
Hold up, back up, we went the wrong way. Chose lie over us, now we're all gonna pay. It was me. Now look where we stand. Forgot we were stronger when we moved hand in hand. We had a chance, a clear crossroad, could've shared the light, but we bought the gold. Built towers to the sky with our name on the plaque, while the soul of the world kept breaking in half. Could've fed the village, could've healed the pain, but we chased the illusion, just fortune and fame. And now the kids grow up with hunger in their eyes, while the suits fly jets through artificial skies. Hold up, we went the wrong way. Chose lie over us, now we're all gonna pay. It was me. Now look where we stand. Forgot we were stronger when we moved hand in hand. Old men with gold can't buy more time, stacked their empires but lost their mind. Missed birthdays, love, the warmth of the day, spent decades digging their own decay. Could've walked through life with open arms, but chose gates and guards, alarms and charms. Could've danced with joy in the sunset's hue, but the mirror showed power and not what's true. We were born to connect, not to conquer and hoard, but the system we built keeps us locked in war. Psychology bruised, compassion turned gray. We were taught to compete, not to care or to pray. But deep in the silence, the heart still knows that the richest soul is the one that grows. Not in stocks or coins or clout or pride, but in how they lift the ones by their side. Hold back up, we went the wrong way. Chose are over us, now we're all gonna pay. It was me. Now look where we stand. Forgot we were stronger when we move hand in hand. We can still reroute, take another track, turn mine into ours and never look back. The signs are there, the lessons burned. This time let love be the path we turn.
We all want to feel safe. We all want to be seen, heard, and understood. We all love someone, family, friends, a child, a partner. We all laugh when something's real and good.
We all cry when something breaks inside. We all dream of better days. We all carry pain from the past. We all need food, water, and rest. We all have a story underneath the skin. We're woven tight, different shades, but the same inside. Across the world, through every land, we understand the things we share don't make the news, but love and struggle bind us true. Unspoken truths we all reflect. We're more alike than we all expect.
We all wanna matter, we all dance, whether it's loud or just in our heads. We all worry sometimes, we all have music in our lives in one form or another. We all wanna leave something behind that means something. We all know the feeling of love and the fear of losing it. We all search for meaning, we all wanna belong somewhere. We all smile at something unexpected.
Underneath the skin, we're woven tight, different shades, but the same inside. Across the world, through every land, we understand the things we share don't make the news, but love and struggle bind us true. Unspoken truths we all reflect. We're more alike than we all expect.
We all feel jealousy, pride, guilt, and growth. We all need forgiveness, sometimes from others, sometimes from ourselves. We all watch the sky and wonder. We all feel time passing, too fast, too slow. We all want our children, or the next generation, to have it better. We all feel small in moments and big in others. We all hold memories that come back like waves. We all try to protect what we love. We all know how it feels to be misunderstood. We all imagine what could have been. We all start over more than once.
Underneath the skin, we're woven tight, different shades, but the same inside. Across the world, through every land, we understand the things we share don't make the news, but love and struggle bind us true. Unspoken truths we all reflect. We're more alike than we all expect. We were raised by rhythm, taught by the song. Stories from elders keeping us strong. Ooh. Moving through cities, voices collide, but deep in our soul, we all dance alike. We shape what we see. We be who we be. Stand tall in the light. Let truth set us free. Free. Say it loud, say it strong. We've been right here all along, building better beat by beat. Power in the hands and the rhythm in the feet. They show us the fame, the fashion, the fame. We mimic the moves, forget why we came. But truth in our roots, it still carries weight. We shape what we see, so let's elevate. We shape what we see. We be who we be. Stand tall in the light. Let truth set us free. Free. Say it loud, say it strong. We've been right here all along, building better beat by beat. Power in the hands and the rhythm in the feet. Role models and pixels and pages and play. We mimic the moves, forget why we came. But truth in our roots, it still carries weight. We shape what we see, so let's elevate. We shape what we see. We be who we be. Stand tall in the light. Let truth set us free. Free. Say it loud, say it strong. We've been right here all along, building better beat by beat. Power in the hands and the rhythm in the feet. Show me the way, I'll follow the sound. Echoes of hearts that circle around. We're all reflections, learning what's right. Passing the torch, becoming the light.
short on ideas. Added the name before they sold us success and taught us shame. Way back, way back, way back, way back. We watch, we learn, we mimic, we turn. Mr. Rogers said we mattered, and we believed until the louder voices told us dreams were naive. Get in line, make a buck, buy your pride. They never said the cost would be what's inside. Woo! They gave us Crossroads, hemp or oil, piece of guns, community of profit, and we picked the wrong ones. Paper over trees, bombs over bonds, scripts over souls, and the system rolls on. But we're waking, whispers growing bold, meek voices rising, breaking the mold. Because deep in our bones we feel the contradiction of a world that sells chains and calls it conviction. We were born to create, not to compete, to lift one another, not beg on the street. And yeah, we laugh through the pain, crack jokes in the storm, try to stay sane, but underneath the sarcasm, the rhymes, the spin, we're still asking, can we begin again? Again. Way back, way back. You're worth it, this whole world's worth it. Let's remember that truth and never let them unearth it. You're worth it, this whole world's worth it. Let's remember that truth and never let them unearth it. Way back, 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 way back.
Before the slogans, before the hashtags, before the speeches on stages and the policies that never quite reached us. There were songs, talking about a revolution. Tracy Chapman whispered to the wind and we listened. She wasn't shouting but a quiet cut deep. She sang for the ones never handed a mic. Bob Marley sang redemption like it was carved into his soul. Not just music medicine, healing the wound of colonized minds, calling down Babylon with a beat. John Lennon closed his eyes and saw a world with no borders, no possessions, no war, just peace, pure and dangerous. He made Imagine a rebellion in melody. Michael Jackson shouted, they don't care about us. Too bold for the media, too true for the charts. But every kid who grew up unseen felt seen for a moment. Marvin Gaye asked what's going on and the world still can't answer. His voice was velvet but his words were fire, and he stood in the middle of chaos and dared to ask for love. Nina Simone wasn't just singing, she was testifying. Mississippi, goddamn, wasn't polite and it wasn't supposed to be. She carried centuries in her throat and dropped truth on every stage. Buffy St. Marie sang for the land, not rented sacred. She held the stories they try to erase and turn them into songs too sharp to silence. She sang universal soldier, not to shame but to awaken. A voice from Turtle Island reminding us that resistance isn't rage, it's remembering. Bono sang with a fist wrapped in faith, from Pride to One to Sunday Bloody Sunday. His voice echoed through broken streets and the walls of a world leaders. He didn't just write for change, he sat in rooms and demanded it, and still he brought it back to the people, the dreamers, the marching ones, the ones who still believed a song could save a life. Bob Dylan, he wrote with fire, cut through the haze. Truth in his lyrics, marching through days. From times are changing to hurricane. He gave voice to pain, turned protest to flames. Sinead O'Connor ripped the silence apart with the voice of vision of pain. They try to punish her for feeling too much, but she never stopped telling the truth. Gil Scott-Heron told us the revolution will not be televised, and he was right, because it's still happening in basements, backyards, and beat up notebooks where the next verse is still being written. This is for the artists who weren't asking for fame, they were asking for change. They sang what the news ignored, they said what politics blurred. They gave us rhythm when the world gave us silence, and
now, it's on us. Because a song can spark a movement, but it's people who carry it forward. So here's to the voices that move the world, and the ones who still will.
Just dollar bills from Lagos to Kyoto, same stars above. We spin in the moonlight, connected by love. We dance as one under the same sky, laughing in rhythm, no need to ask why. Hands in the air from shore to shore, different roots, same beat at the core. It's a groove we all feel, a pulse we all know. In this heartfelt moment, let the unity show. Call, it's plain to see. We rise when we move in unity. Every laugh, every tear, every note we sing. Ain't no joy without what each of us brings. From summer streets to soul in the bayou, we need each other, me and you. We're colors in a canvas, threads in a weave, hearts that beat the same even when we grieve. No solo path can carry the tune. We're a symphony rising under the same moon. So come on and rise, let the rhythm remind. We shine brighter together, leave the shadows behind. No matter the language, the beat's still true. We're a world full of voices and we all break through. Let it ring out loud from the hills to the shore. We've been strangers too long, let's be strangers no more. In this dance of the people under one sky blue, with a harmony rising, me and you, me and you. Joy be known, every heart in this crowd beats like it's home. We're a tapestry woven bold and wide, different colors, same love inside. From the break of dawn to the midnight moon, we've been dancing apart, now we move in tune. Let the rhythm remind what's always been true. There's no me without you, no me without you.
Two boys, 2 blocks apart, not in distance but in design. One paved in bricks and bus stops, the other in gravel and rusted signs. Different skies, same sun, different accent, same tongue. Yeah, 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 yeah.
In the city, he wakes to sirens and shouting. Radio static in a 1-bedroom apartment. Mama's tired, work the night shift again. Fridge lights flickers, half a gallon of milk and a lot of hope. He walks past cracked sidewalks, dodging glass and stories. At school they hand him worksheets, but no one sees his drawings. He sketches dreams on the edge of a math test, gets detention for not staying focused. Focused on what?
In the country he wakes to dogs barking and diesel trucks. Granddad's already up, pouring black coffee into a chip mug that seemed more life than most. The land hands dry, the bills are wet. He steps into boots passed down, walks a mile to catch a ride. School small, same kids since first grade. They learn how to change oil, but not how to change minds. He writes lyrics in the back of a chemistry book. Gets told to stop dreaming, get real, but what's more real than dreaming?
One sees boarded up buildings, the other sees barns collapsing under their own bones. One hears hip-hop through headphones, the other hums country blues under his breath.
Both wonder what life is like out there, where people ain't just surviving.
They don't know each other, but they've lived the same silence, felt the same weight, taught not to cry, taught not to question, taught to believe the other was different.
But what's so different? Both had friends overdose before 18. Both know how to stretch a meal and a smile. Both saw their parents break under bills. Both learned to distrust suits and slogans. And neither one built the system that told them to hate each other. Yeah, 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 yeah.
See racism, that's a program. Class divide, that's a scheme of struggle. That's familiar and healing. That starts when we realize we've been walking next to each other this whole time. Same dirt, different roads. Same pain, different codes. But maybe now we stop believing the lines they drew and start writing our own.
Because city or country, we've all been surviving. And it's time we start living together. Because city or country, we've all been surviving. And it's time we start living together.
Wait, what? A comedic truth check-in 4-4 time. We buy bottled water from a company that gets it from the tap. Yo, what's that mean? We pay subscriptions just to watch TV, filled with ads that tell us what to be. We buy jeans with holes on purpose, pay extra for rips like that makes them worth it. Spend 20 bucks on coffee with foam, but side-eye a man asking change near home. Wait, what? How did we get here, bruh? We work till we break, then we live it up. Buy stuff to feel good, then call that love. We follow influencers wearing rented shoes. Man, if this ain't scripted, we all got duped. Wait, what? What? Wait, what? We get paid on Friday, broke by Sunday, then post grind mode like that's the fun way. We call it self-care when we blow the check, then stress all week like what the heck? We shame folks for therapy, then overshare on apps owned by billionaires who don't care. We say I'm fine while crying in the car, then swipe on strangers wishing on a star. Wait, what? This can't be the plan. We scroll for peace and ignore our fam. We pay for filters to hide our face, then wonder why we feel out of place. We stand in line for a phone that's smarter than us. Text LOL while never laughing once. Track steps but sit all day. Watch travel vlogs but never stray. Man, come on, who designed this play? We teach boys man up, girls be small, then act surprised when folks hit the wall. We vote for leaders with golden pens who talk in circles and call that sense. We chase promotions, miss our kids' recital, watch YouTube clips, call that vital. We fight online with strangers all day, but won't say hi to a neighbor halfway. Wait, let's call it like it is. This life's a loop and we're all mid-biz. But maybe if we laugh, we start to see that truth is hiding in irony. So next time it don't quite add up, just pause and say, wait, what? Wait, what?
gritty. Different skin but the same kind of care. He said you're not alone, I'll get you there. A kid got lost on a crowded train. A stranger smiled, said what's your name? From different worlds but the heart just sees a child in need and the chance to ease. We're better than we know, more love than we show. In quiet acts where kindness grows. No headline needed, no cameras roll, but these are the stories that feed the soul. Not black, not white, just heart and flow. We're better than we've been told. Yeah, we're better than we know. Two neighbors built a ramp out back for a woman next door had a heart attack. No words of faith, no talk of race, just sweat and care and warm embrace. A firefighter held a crying teen whose home burned down in a real scene. He said we'll get through one day at a time and gave her his jacket like she was his child. We're better than we know, more love than we show. In quiet acts where kindness grows. No headline needed, no cameras roll, but these are the stories that feed the soul. Not rich, not poor, just heart and flow. We're better than we've been told. Yeah, we're better than we know. We're better than we know. Yeah, we're better than we know. We've seen the worst on a million screens, but real life happens in in-betweens. Like a hugging chord or a meal passed down, or a joke that turns a day around. We're better than we know, more love than we show. Every gesture small and slow. No big applause, no glitter, no gold, just people who care when it's bitter cold. From all walks of life, we rise and glow. We're better than we've been told. Yeah, we're better than we know. We're better than we know. Yeah, we're better than we know. We're better than we know, more love than we show. In quiet acts where kindness grows. No headline needed, camera criminals roll, but these are the stories that feed the soul. Not rich, not poor, just heart and flow. We're better than we've been told. Yeah, we're better than we know.
We sit around the table, talking about the world, how things feel harder now for every boy and girl. You say the schools are breaking, the streets ain't safe at night, and we all nod slowly, yeah, that sounds about right. We talk about the anger, the hurt we've all been through, the pressure that we carry, the things we've had to do. But somewhere in the middle of our voices and the pain, I say a lot of this comes down to the same thing. It's money, more times than we admit. The rent, the bills, the ways we split. The pressure on your back just to survive. The way we work and call that life. We talk around it, but it's sitting in the room. The quiet reason why we feel so doomed. We all feel the symptoms, but never name the root. But truth is, it's got a lot to do with loot. You tell me about your cousin, just lost his job last week. And I think about my neighbor, who barely eats or sleeps. And we both know somebody drowning in alone, just trying to keep the lights on, raise a child alone. And yeah, there's other struggles. Yeah, we've all got layers. But when you peel them back, the weight still lingers there. It's not just the choices or what we think we lack. Sometimes the system's rigged and built to hold us back. It's money hiding underneath the fight, the tension in the house, late at night. The reason folks don't chase their dreams, too busy, just making ends meet. We point fingers, but we all feel the squeeze and wonder when we'll get some peace. We all feel the fire, but miss the spark. But most of it starts in the dark, at the root. This ain't about complaining, it's just what's real. And maybe if we name it, we can start to heal. Maybe if we see the thread that ties us all, we'll stop pushing each other and start breaking these walls. So next time we're talking late at night, trying to fix the wrong with all our might, let's not forget what sits beneath the cause behind the lost belief. We're all tired, we all want more, but it's not each other we're fighting for. We're closer than we ever knew, and maybe the root's the place we start something new.
How to stand. From cartoons to sitcoms, the playbook was planned. Reflections of fiction that molded our truth. Role models on screens, now we mimic our youth. Hypnotized by the rhythm of the norm. Philosophy wrapped in a media storm. But deep in our mind there's a question to ask. Is this our dream or a well-scripted mask? Every shot, every line is a cue. Training set tight like the lace on your shoe. But the mirror don't lie when you're sitting alone. You feel the divide between self and the clone. Hypnotized by the rhythm of the norm. Philosophy wrapped in a media storm. But deep in our mind there's a question to ask. Is this our dream or a well-scripted mask? Whispered you're more than you see, but we traded soft truth for a loud fantasy. Time to unplug, to reflect, to ignite, to play the role written in our own life. Hypnotized by the rhythm of the norm. Philosophy wrapped in a media storm. But deep in our mind there's a question to ask. Is this our dream or a well-scripted mask? Hypnotized by the rhythm of the norm. Philosophy wrapped in a media storm. But deep in our mind there's a question to ask. Is this our dream or a well-scripted mask?
Built towers that scrape the sky, map the moon with a blinking eye. We got codes and chips and wires and fire, but we still don't know how to stop the fire. We talk loud with 1,000 screens, but drown out the in-between. We measure more but feel less, and call this progress, I guess. We claim we're evolved, but we still draw lines in the dirt. Still teach hate before kids learn math. Still think power means who gets the most instead of who lifts the most.
Are we really that smart if we're still breaking hearts, still making bombs, still tearing kids apart? We built a world we can barely survive, and we call it genius just to stay alive. But if we're so wise, why you burning the world? We made weapons we pray we'll never use, built borders where there once was truth, gave everyone a voice, then silenced the soul, turned advice into ego and wisdom into gold. They say we're the most intelligent species, smartest to ever walk this earth, and maybe that's true. But if this is what smart looks like, we might need to start over. If this is smart, why does the planet feel like it's gasping? Why do we hide behind screens instead of standing beside each other? Are we really that smart if we forget where we start? If we ignore the ones who carry the heart? If the children cry and we turn away just to make another dollar today? What kind of genius thinks that way? Because we've mastered the code but forgotten the soul. We can launch rockets, split atoms, but we can't stop hunger, yo. It's time to check ourselves, we call it progress, when really it's just speed. Fast money, fast food, fast data, fast death. No time to ask what we're speeding toward. No time to breathe, no time to feel, but somehow this is brilliance. What if intelligence isn't just what we can do, but what we choose to do? What if wisdom means knowing when to stop, when to listen, when to say we've gone too far? Maybe we need a timeout, a long breath, a long doubt. Step back from the machine and ask what life really means. Are we really that smart if we've lost all the art of listening, of caring, of seeing each part? We've come so far but drifted too wide. Maybe real wisdom is knowing when to come back inside. Maybe the real genius isn't building the next machine, but remembering how to be human. But remembering how to be human. The thought that built the world, a spoken word, tribute to the creators. Before there was a building, there was a blueprint. Before the wheel, a whisper in the mind of someone watching stars spin. Before cities, before roads, before even the first spark of fire, there was thought and thought alone. But not every thought becomes a thing. Not every dream makes it past the edge of the page. Only the ones brave enough to bring it, shape it, fail with it, try again, breathe life into it. Only the creator. It was an artist who first carved symbols into stone, a sculptor who shaped gods from the dust, a weaver who told stories in threads, a dancer who taught us rhythm before words even existed. Before there were banks, there were beats. Before there were headlines, there were hands on drums. Before business cards and branding, there were colors smeared across cave walls saying we are here, we feel, we see. Society did not invent an artist. Artists invented society. We mapped the stars, we carved the scripts, we imagined the bridges, the tools, the myths. And when the world broke, it was the artist who held the pieces and said, let me make something beautiful from this. So don't tell me art is a luxury, don't tell me creation is a side hustle. Don't tell me to scale it up or streamline the vision. This world is standing on the shoulders of people who dream with their hands. And even now in this maze of systems and screens where creators are drained by deadlines and deals, still we sketch, still we build, still we offer light where others only measure profit. Because when the next world is ready to rise, it will not be made in a boardroom, it will be born in a thought and brought to life by someone brave enough to create it.
No, not all our problems are about money, but honestly, a huge percentage of them trace back to it. Maybe not always directly, but money touches how we live, what we prioritize, and who gets heard. If I had to guess, I'd say at least 70 to 80% of our problems are tied to money. Either the lack of it, the obsession with it, or the systems built around it. Think about it. Stress, mental health, often tied to bills, jobs, debt. Racism and inequality, fueled by economic systems that hold wealth and block opportunity. War, usually about resources, power, or control, which all lead back to money. Environmental destruction, driven by profit over protection. Broken education, healthcare, housing, all locked behind paywalls. Even personal relationships suffer, families break down over financial pressure. People make choices they hate just to survive, and that survival mode keeps people divided and distracted. I feel that heavy. It's a deep contradiction. We've built machines that fly, mapped galaxies, engineered miracles, and yet we're still killing children, poisoning oceans, building bombs to end the world 100 times over. That doesn't look like wisdom, that looks like a species that's off track. It's like we've confused intelligence with progress at any cost. We know how to build, but we've lost sight of why we're building. We've got voices on every platform, but barely any true listening. And the people giving the most advice, a lot of them are just caught in the same mess, spinning it to look shiny. You're right, we need a timeout, not just to pause, but to remember who we are beneath all this noise. What would happen if we did that, like truly took a collective breath, stopped the grind and asked, what are we doing? Who are we becoming? Everybody's out here talking symptoms, but barely anybody's talking about the root we hear about. Mental health, violence, politics, stress, inequality, even climate, but they skip over the thing driving so much of it, money. And it's not just money, like get rich. It's the system itself, the way we built our lives around competition, scarcity, and survival. People chase money just to feel safe, just to be seen. But the more we chase it, the more we forget who we are. So yeah, when folks talk about the problem, but leave out the economic pressure behind it, they're only showing the top of the iceberg, not the weight under the water.
whispered, build with me. But we turned toward profit. Hemp grew tall, stronger than cotton, kinder to the soil. A plant that asked for little but gave back tenfold. Yet we demonized it, not because it failed, but because it threatened the industries that thrived on waste and chains. Tastic poured into our oceans when we could have molded from corn, from algae, from the earth herself. But oil made kings, and kings wrote the rule book. Solar warmed our dreams while coal blackened our lungs. Every rooftop could have been a sun catcher, but fossil fuels had lobbyists and dreams had none. And so paved paradise, sold it back in parcels and called it progress. We stood at the crossroads, stethoscopes in hand, and healing whispered care for all. But the system turned toward billing codes and patents. We found cures and locked them behind paywalls. Diseases that could have been wiped out became revenue streams. Every illness a line item, every patient a profit margin. Food was our first medicine, but we fried it, boxed it, branded it. They built aisles of addiction, called it choice, but sold us poison. Mental health was once a village effort, elder stories, sunlight touch. Then came diagnosis and pills, not always for healing, but for market share. And so we stitched bandages over broken systems, called it healthcare, while we sold wellness like a product. We stood at the crossroads, scales in hand, and justice whispered, be blind, be fair. But the gavel echoed louder for the wealthy. They wrote laws in boardrooms, enforced them in back alleys, jails filled with poverty, while power walked free in tailored suits and clean records. The war on drugs, a smoke screen for war on the poor. Crack meant prison, but opioids meant treatment. Depending on the zip code, we criminalized survival, handcuffed struggle, then televised the spectacle, called it order. And so the courthouse steps became steep cliffs for some, a red carpet for others, and we called it justice. We stood at the crossroads, books in hand, and wisdom whispered, teach them to question. But they chose to standardize curiosity. We turned classrooms into factories, create take fit into compliance, filled minds with facts but left them starved for meaning. They sold dreams with college loans, left young hearts drowning in debt before they ever got a chance to fly. We built schools with no windows, no music, no warmth, just tests and bells and walls. History got edited, truth redacted, taught just enough to keep the machine running. And so the chalkboard faded into screens and silence, and we called it learning. We stood at the crossroads, screens aglow in truth, the whispered seek me. But the algorithms turned toward clicks. They sold us stories, but not the whole truth. Sensational headlines, clickbait promises, while the real news got buried beneath the pile of ads. They called it infotainment, but it was just distraction. They fed us noise and we ate it up, hungry for drama, starved for substance. They told us to trust, but their pockets were lined by the ones who paid to play in the fourth estate. Became the fifth column, pushing agendas, not facts. And so we scrolled, thumbs down, minds closed, and we called it informative.
Not the problem, greed it comes up all the time. But it's kinda like saying guns don't kill people, people kill people. It sidesteps the system that enables and amplifies the behavior. Yeah. Money doesn't just sit there neutral. It creates the conditions for greed, it rewards it. It makes people chase profit over people's status, over connection, hoarding over sharing. Like even if you got the kindest heart, you still gotta play the games to survive. So after a while, survival starts to look like greed, even if it's not coming from a bad place. In a world where needs were met, food, shelter, time, health, how much greed would still show up? My guess, way less. Most people aren't naturally greedy, they're just scared. Scarcity and fear feed greed, and money creates both of those. So yeah, I think you're spot on, greed didn't come first, the structure did. And if we keep the structure, we keep the sickness.
Woke up this morning, another headline broke my heart, talking about progress, but we still falling apart. They got gold in their pockets but no time to care, while the folks on the corner just trying to breathe air. But I keep walking with my grit and soul, carrying hope like it's all I own. Through the heat, through the cold, trying to bring love to a world gone old. Saw a mother crying with her baby in her hand. Says she ain't begging, just trying to understand why the ones at the top build walls so high. can't hear the people when they cry, but I keep walking with my grit and soul, carrying hope like it's all I know. Through the pain, through the toll, still dreaming about a world made whole.